GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening, I'm Renata Solano. Our top story, a revised indictment trims one charge in the Palisades fire arson case. A stolen G-Wagon chase in Watts ended with 2 suspects still at large, and Long Beach families can collect free back-to-school backpacks today. Bennett, what do you make of that?
Disney's Beauty and the Beast touring production will perform at the Los Angeles Coliseum Theater this Saturday and Sunday, with tickets available online and at the box office.
Showtimes are scheduled for 2 afternoon performances each day, beginning at 2:30 p.m. with a late evening slot at 7 p.m. for families.
The cast features a mix of veteran Broadway performers and local talent, including a celebrated choreographer who previously worked on the Broadway revival.
Lots to get to today, Renata, so let's start and dive right into the news. We'll bring you everything you need to know from across the city, arts, and community events. Here are our top stories. A revised federal indictment cuts one charge against the arson suspect linked to the Palisades fire, the deadliest blaze in Los Angeles history, as prosecutors prepare for a retrial. Noel Kirkpatrick has the full story.
Federal prosecutors have filed a revised indictment against the suspect accused of igniting the Palisades fire, cutting the count by one charge as the case heads toward a retrial. The original indictment listed multiple counts of arson and related offenses. The new filing drops a single count, though the core allegations remain unchanged. Prosecutors say the amendment reflects updated evidence and legal strategy. The Palisades fire, which scorched thousands of acres and claimed multiple lives, remains the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in Los Angeles history. The suspect, still in federal custody, faces the remaining charges pending a court date later this year. A new hearing is scheduled for early next month, allowing the defense to examine the amended indictment. Noel Kirkpatrick, GMNA News, Pacific Palisades.
Police say a stolen Mercedes-Benz was pursued by Los Angeles officers this morning in the Watts neighborhood. At 9:56 a.m., 2 suspects fled the scene after taking the vehicle, prompting a brief pursuit that lasted roughly 2 minutes and concluded at about 9:58. The chase ended near the intersection of 114th Street and Compton Avenue when the stolen SUV collided with a stationary object. Both occupants abandoned the wreck and escaped on foot. LAPD units continue to search the area, and the 2 suspects remain at large. No injuries have been reported. The department has not released further details about the identities of the individuals involved or the circumstances leading to the theft. Officers are reviewing dash camera footage as the investigation proceeds. The Mercedes-Benz had been reported stolen earlier that morning, and the pursuit was logged as a traffic chase under department protocol.
An early morning burglary unfolded just after 2 a.m. Sunday, August 16, when 3 men forced entry into a residence on the 11,500 block of Newcastle Avenue in Granada Hills. One of the intruders displayed a firearm as they confronted the 4 occupants inside the home. Los Angeles Police Department officers responded to the scene, securing the property and taking statements from the residents. The department confirmed that all 3 suspects entered the house with 1 armed individual and that the 4 residents were unharmed. Investigators are reviewing surveillance footage and have begun a search for the suspects. The incident is classified as a burglary with an armed element. Police units canvassed the neighborhood and collected forensic evidence. The residence is located in Granada Hills area of Los Angeles, a community that saw few similar incidents in months. Department has not released identities of the suspects or the victims. Case remains under investigation.
Long Beach Unified School District will distribute free backpacks, haircuts, and school supplies on Tuesday, August 25, ahead of the upcoming school year. Camila Uriola has the full story.
Backpacks, haircuts, and a range of school supplies are being handed out today at the Long Beach Unified School District's Community Hub. Families are lining up under bright tents as volunteers sort through colorful backpacks, notebooks, pencils, and other essentials. The giveaway kicks off on Tuesday, August 25th, just as the district prepares to open its doors for the 2026-27 school year. Local nonprofits and businesses have set up stations, offering free trims for students and a stash of items that many parents say they couldn't afford otherwise. District officials say the effort aims to ensure every child steps into class with the basics they need. The atmosphere is upbeat, with children laughing as they receive their new gear. Camilla Uriola, GMNA News, Long Beach.
The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department has released images of 27 individuals identified as suspects in a coordinated burglary of an AutoZone store in East Los Angeles. Investigators say the theft occurred over 2 consecutive nights during a series of street takeovers that have plagued the community this month. The department posted the photographs Sunday, August 16 at 20:59 GMT, linking the alleged participants to the mob-like raid on the retail location. Officials described the operation as a planned, group-based intrusion that resulted in significant property loss. The images are posted on the sheriff's official website and include close-up views of each individual. The investigation remains ongoing, and authorities say they will pursue charges against anyone identified in the release. Hurricane Lala forced lax flights to Hawaii to cancel. We'll get the latest on that storm after the break. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Welcome back. Yesterday, airlines halted a slate of flights from Los Angeles International Airport to the Hawaiian Islands as Hurricane Lala drew near the Big Island. The storm's projected path forced carriers to cancel service to Kona, Maui, Kauai, and Honolulu, leaving dozens of passengers stranded at LAX and prompting a scramble for rebooking. Officials at the airport said the decision was made to ensure safety for crews and aircraft, noting that the system's severe weather protocols require suspension of routes when a tropical cyclone threatens the destination. Travelers were advised to seek alternate arrangements, and some airlines offered vouchers for future travel. The cancellations mark the most significant disruption to Southern California, Hawaii air traffic this season, underscoring the broader impact of the storm as it moves toward the islands. Airlines also coordinated with the Federal Aviation Administration to monitor runway conditions and adjust staffing levels.
2 vehicles collided and rolled roughly 200 feet down the 405 embankment near Woodley Park in Van Nuys, leaving 5 people injured. Noel Kirkpatrick has the full story.
2 vehicles collided on the 405 freeway near Woodley Park, sending both cars careening down an embankment roughly 200 feet before coming to rest. Emergency crews arrived quickly, extracting 5 occupants who suffered injuries ranging from minor cuts to more serious trauma. Paramedics stabilized the victims on scene before transporting them to nearby hospitals. The crash left the freeway lane blocked for over an hour as investigators documented the wreckage and cleared debris. Traffic was rerouted onto adjacent streets while crews worked to secure the slope, which is known for its steep drop in the San Fernando Valley. No further details on the cause have been released. Noel Kirkpatrick, GMNA News, Van Nuys.
California officials announced today at 10 a.m. GMT a fresh review of the long-planned retirement of the Diablo Canyon nuclear power plant. The decision comes as the state reevaluates its energy strategy amid ongoing concerns about reliability and climate goals. While the plant was slated to cease operations by next year, regulators say the shutdown timeline will be examined for possible delay. Energy experts note that Diablo Canyon provides roughly 12% of the region's electricity, a factor that could influence the review. The review process will involve input from the California Public Utilities Commission, the state's energy office, and local stakeholders. Officials did not provide a specific date for a final determination, but said the assessment will be completed before the end of the calendar year. The move underscores the complex balance between clean energy targets and grid stability.
Deputies with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department arrested a 62-year-old man on suspicion of committing lewd acts against a dependent adult at a private care facility on the 6,000 block of La Mesa Street in Eastville. The arrest followed an investigation that began after a June 2025 report of inappropriate behavior at the same location, which had left investigators without a clear suspect. Yesterday's detention brings the case to a point the earlier inquiry could not reach. Authorities said the suspect was taken into custody without incident and will face charges related to sexual misconduct with a vulnerable adult. The department emphasized that the arrest underscores ongoing efforts to protect residents in long-term care settings, and investigators will continue to review the facility's security protocols. Sheriff John Martinez said the department will pursue any additional leads and cooperate fully with state regulators overseeing adult care services.
Cleanup crews are hauling 85 million pounds of spoiled food from the fire-damaged Lineage Logistics cold storage warehouse in Boyle Heights, under direction of the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health. Julian Mercado has the full story.
Cleanup crews are now pulling out roughly 85 million pounds of spoiled food from the Lineage Logistics cold storage warehouse after a blaze gutted the building earlier this year. The fire left the refrigerated units inoperable, letting the inventory decay and prompting a joint effort by the company and the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health to clear the site. Workers in protective gear are loading pallets onto trucks, aiming to prevent any health hazards from the rotting produce and meats. The operation is expected to continue through the week as officials assess the remaining structure and ensure the area is safe for nearby residents. Julian Mercado, GMNA News, Boyle Heights.
And now, a quick look at your evening forecast with our meteorologist coming up next.
A westward jet and rising pressure are keeping tonight's air dry, steady, and clear across Los Angeles. The all-time high for this date sits at 87 degrees, recorded in 2025 during a late summer heat surge that pushed inland valleys into the mid-90 range. The record low, 56 degrees, fell in 2021 when a rare Pacific cold front slipped south, blanketing coastal zones with fog and a brisk breeze. Normal August highs hover around 79 degrees with lows near 63. So today's expected high of 84 and low of 64 sit comfortably between the extremes. The live radar is completely quiet, showing no precipitation across the basin. A high-pressure ridge sits over Southern California, and the westward jet at the 500 millibar level is capping any lift. With dry subsidence reinforcing the ridge, no moisture is available to form clouds. The clear pattern will persist, allowing the night to remain dry and calm. At 6 p.m., the city feels 81 degrees under a cloudless sky, humidity at 52%, and a light west wind of 7 miles per hour. Pressure is nudging upward, signaling a strengthening ridge that will keep the air mass stable through the night. The jet stream remains a steady westward flow at 32 miles per hour, reinforcing the ridge and preventing any intrusion of Pacific moisture. Tonight's wind will briefly shift to the southwest, reaching a maximum of 12 miles per hour, but will feel light. UV index remains at 10 from the lingering daylight, though the sun will set at 7:39 p.m. No weather alerts are active. Expect a quiet night with temperatures sliding to 64 by sunrise. Monday brings a high of 88 and a low of 63 under overcast skies as the ridge begins to thicken, trapping low clouds along the coast. Tuesday climbs to a high of 93 with a low of 64, the overcast persisting but with occasional breaks as the jet stream shifts slightly north. Wednesday tops out at 95 degrees, low 68, still overcast but with a drier midday spell. Thursday turns clear, allowing temperatures to rise to 99 with a low of 72 as the ridge peaks and the jet stream rides high above. Friday remains mainly clear, matching Thursday's high of 99 and low of 72, setting up a warm, dry weekend. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Amazon Music or wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic on the 405, Disney's Beauty and the Beast tour, and Cole Irvin shines for the Dodgers. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
All major routes are clear this evening. The 454, the 101, and the 405 are moving at free-flow speeds. Interstate 405 northbound from the San Fernando Valley into downtown shows no slowdown, and the 101 westbound near Hollywood runs smoothly. Santa Monica Boulevard, Sunset Boulevard, and the 10 eastbound through downtown report no congestion. Surface streets in Koreatown, Echo Park, and Arts District flow freely. Even the 110 northbound Chinatown remains clear, but may pick up volume near the 110-101 junction later this evening. Looking ahead, rush will build after 6 p.m. Expect 405 southbound from downtown to South Bay to thicken around Harbor Freeway interchange. The 101 eastbound toward Glendale may see a moderate queue near Hollywood Hills as commuters head home. Keep an eye on 10 westbound near Westside for a slowdown as the day winds down.
KAROLG lights up SoFi Stadium tonight with her Viajando por el Mundo Tropitor, a high-octane reggaeton show that turns a summer night into a citywide dance floor. Across town, Disney's Beauty and the Beast returns to the Hollywood Pantages Theater, giving families a chance to relive the classic love story with dazzling sets and live vocals. If you're after a daytime vibe, the Afrobeats Day Party at the Sofitel in Beverly Hills rolls out non-stop beats and open-air dancing, perfect for shaking off the heat. Film lovers can swing by the Sabin Theater for the Frequency red carpet premiere, followed by a canned A with Dr. Joe Dispenza. Looking ahead, KCON will take over Los Angeles next week, while Angel City FC faces Washington Spirit at BMO Stadium later this week, and Yosobai lands at BMO Stadium for a Japanese pop showcase. Stay tuned for more local excitement. And now here's Terrence with sports.
Dodgers farm buzz, Rams preseason surge, and a full season recap fire up LA. Veteran left-hander Cole Irvin dominated Triple-A competition, earning Player of the Day honors and signaling he could be a late-season insurance option for the Dodgers rotation. Meanwhile, reliever Blake Treinen began a Class A rehab stint, giving the club a clear path to monitor his recovery. Justin Robalski continues to anchor the Dodgers' rotation after a reliable first half of the season, even after a heated moment hitting Gary Sanchez. With Tyler Glasnow and Tarek Skubal also in the mix, the staff's depth positions Los Angeles for a strong stretch run. The complete 2026 Dodgers schedule and results are now posted, giving fans a game-by-game ledger from opening day through any postseason appearance. This archive lets analysts track win-loss trends, evaluate roster moves, and gauge how the club's mid-season adjustments have paid off. Jacob Misiorowski delivered a 6-strikeout, 6-inning performance, silencing the Dodgers as Milwaukee secured a 4-1 victory. Teoscar Hernandez's missed catch on Joey Ortiz's 2-run blast added to the damage, while Justin Robalski surrendered both homers, highlighting a tough day for LA's offense. Undrafted safety Nick Anderson made a statement in the second half, breaking up a pass intended for Chiefs receiver Jason Brownlee and earning a key turnover. His play not only stifled a potential drive, but also showed he can compete with first-round talent in LA's secondary. Rookie quarterback Ty Simpson debuted with poise, guiding the Rams to a 29 victory over Kansas City. He connected twice with running back Dean for touchdowns, while the defense limited the Chiefs to 9 points, signaling a promising start for LA's preseason campaign. Stay tuned as LA teams chase championships through the final stretch.
Thanks, Terrence. Chaos Industries, tucked in the industrial heart of Hawthorne, just announced a move. The defense intelligence startup has acquired Virginia-based aerospace firm Atropos Group, bringing autonomous aircraft into its lineup of radars and sensors. By weaving aircraft production into its portfolio, Chaos is creating a vertically integrated defense tech platform that could streamline everything from design to deployment. The deal also means new manufacturing jobs right here in Los Angeles, giving skilled workers opportunities and keeping aerospace work on turf. It's a reminder that the city's tech pulse isn't just Hollywood glamour, it's the engineers and innovators building the future in neighborhoods like Hawthorne. For the neighborhood, that translates into more local apprenticeships and a boost to the supply chain that supports other small manufacturers. Up next, a Studio City burglary suspect was arrested, and a rare hammerhead shark circles Malibu Pier, startling fishermen. Stay tuned. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes, the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Welcome back. The LAPD arrested a suspect linked to a series of burglaries after an alarm sounded at the 3800 block of Rhodes Avenue on August 7th, with arrest in San Fernando Valley. Camila Arriola has the full story.
The investigation began after a security alarm sounded at the 3800 block of Rhodes Avenue on August 7th. Officers responded, securing the scene and canvassing nearby homes. Within hours, detectives linked the breach to a string of recent burglaries at the same residence, noting forced entry points and missing valuables. Surveillance footage captured a lone male exiting the property, and a subsequent tip led patrol units to the San Fernando Valley later that afternoon. The suspect was stopped, identified, and placed under arrest on suspicion of multiple residential break-ins. Police are continuing to inventory stolen items and will process the case through the district office. Camila Arriola, GMNA News, Studio City.
A rare hammerhead shark was spotted circling Malibu Pier yesterday, startling local fishermen as unusually warm waters draw tropical species northward along the California coast. Julian Mercado has the full story.
The lone hammerhead shark circled the historic pier early Thursday, its wide head gliding close to the wooden pilings as local anglers hauled in their catch. Fishermen on the jetty reported the shark lingered for several minutes, moving in a slow, deliberate pattern before disappearing back into the surf. Scientists say unusually warm ocean waters off the coast are pushing tropical marine life farther north, bringing species like this hammerhead into California waters more often. The sighting marks one of the few recorded instances of a hammerhead near the pier, prompting a brief pause among the crew but no reported injuries. The water temperature remains well above seasonal norms, encouraging more such encounters. Julian Mercado, GMNA News, Malibu.
Thank you, Los Angeles, for joining us tonight. From the brave firefighters clearing 85 million pounds of food in Boyle Heights to the community rallying around back-to-school supplies, your stories keep us connected. We'll be back tomorrow with more of the city's pulse. Stay safe and see you then.